Good afternoon. I'm Will Johnson, and I'm going to give you a presentation on how to optimize your computer and how to better utilize the internet. I've been a computer technician for over 28 years now, and I've learned a lot of things that I'd like to share with you, but I don't have that much time. But I'm going to share you some of the most important tips and tricks on how to optimize your computer and using the internet. First of all, computers are in our world everywhere today. Banks, hospitals, the airlines, they all utilize computers to do things they need to do to conduct business. If the internet were to go down, it would be disastrous. It sounds scary, but there are guys like me out there employed to make sure the computers continue to run and the internet continues to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Before I get into some tips and tricks, I just want to share with you some things about the computer. The computer consists of hardware and software that work together to provide the information and do the computing that you need. When you're deciding to purchase a computer, there's no need to worry about the brand and make the model. The important thing is to find the computer that has the features and the services and the software that you need to do what you need to do. Just like a mom with 5 kids wouldn't buy a Corvette to take her kids to the soccer game, you wouldn't buy a high-end computer if you're just going to write papers and just check your email on the internet. So you need to match the computer with what you need. In most cases, most people don't need the high-end expensive computers costing well over $1,000. The first thing I want to talk about is your computer memory. And in here is the computer hard drive. They both store data, but they do it differently. Now let me explain what the differences are. But the first thing, the hard drive works a lot slower than memory. So when you have a computer that doesn't have enough memory, the computer is going to try to use the hard drive to compute and store the data, which causes the computer to run really slow. So when you're buying a computer, it's more important for you to buy a computer with a lot of memory than a computer with a lot of hard drive space. So remember that when you're purchasing a computer. The next thing is your hard drive. The hard drive consists of a device that has platters, just like an old record player. And that can get the data that gets stored on there can get out of organization. Because what happens is it doesn't have the intelligence to keep the data organized. Over time, the data on the hard drive gets disorganized and it causes the computer to take a long time to find the data. Let me give you an example. Just imagine having a small library in your home with all your books, hundreds of books, all in alphabetical order. And a group of kids come in there in the library and decide to take all the books down and play with them and read the books. And then their parents come in and then put the books back on the shelf, not knowing you had it organized. Well, when you go in to try to get a book, you realize that it's out of order, and you're going to have to go through every title until you find the title that you're looking for. Well, that's what happens with your hard drive over time. As you delete files, add more data, add more software, the data on the hard drive gets out of order, and it causes the computer to take more time looking for that data. Well, there's good news. Microsoft thought of a way to fix that problem, so they came out with a software program called Disk Defragmenter. And that program will automatically go and rearrange the data and put it back in order so that your computer can find the data faster, thus causing the computer to operate faster. The other thing is your memory. Like I said before, memory is more important than hard drive space as far as performance, because memory works a lot faster. So how do you know if your computer needs more memory? Well, there's a neat utility that Microsoft came up with called Resource Monitor. To find that program, you just do a search on your Windows Help screen and do a search on Windows Resource Monitor. And it will provide a nice graphic screen showing your memory utilization, how much memory you have, how much memory is being used, and how much is available. Well, my computer says I have 29% of my 8 gig of memory available. But if your memory is more than 80%, that means you need a memory upgrade. And you should notice that your computer is running a lot slower, because what happens, it uses the hard drive. Some people, when their computers get to that state, they just buy another computer. But you don't have to do that. If your computer is showing more than 80% utilization, then just go to your nearest Best Buy or computer repair store and tell them that you need a memory upgrade. and they will help you get a memory upgrade on your computer, which costs less than $100, a lot cheaper than buying a brand new computer. The other thing is that disk optimizer, you find that on your computer as well. When you do the help and do a search on disk defragmenters, what the program's called, and it will go and put everything back in order, and then when it's done, it will tell you when it's done. And you can even work on your computer while that program is running. Well, I wish I had more time to share more tips with you, but I'm running out of time. But there's so many more ways that you can do things to optimize your computer, and there are plenty of computer guys out there that will help you if you need it. I'm Will Johnson, and thank you for coming to my presentation.